I'm Krista Platz, and this is DW Business in Berlin. There have been new calls in the U.S. to regulate Ticketmaster after the event's ticket seller suffered some high-profile problems. Ticket sales for Taylor Swift's highly anticipated 52-date U.S. concert tour were plagued by issues as computer systems collapsed under the unprecedented demand. Some of the tickets that could be bought were then put up for resale for more than $20,000. Ticketmaster controls more than 80% of the ticket market, and its acquisition of the event's organizer Live Nation a few years ago only added to its dominance. Well, for more on Ticketmaster, joining us now is Krista Brown, a senior policy analyst at the American Economic Liberties Project, an anti-monopoly group. Now, Krista, you've been watching Ticketmaster. What stood out to you about the chaos surrounding the Taylor Swift ticket sales?
No, I think the most noteworthy part is just how many fans Taylor Swift actually has. This is just one more situation where we can see Ticketmaster and the failed services that it brings its customer base. Most people have a horror story about trying to get tickets, fees being bumped up, thinking something's in their cart and it being taken off before they actually check out. But the number of people that really have now experienced this all at once and the site itself crashing, despite them setting aside time for these verified fans, is the most unique aspect to what's happening right now, and it's catching national attention.
I mean, yeah, it really seems like quite a bad situation. How did the ticket sales industry even get in this position in the first place, with one company being so dominant?
Yeah, it goes back a ways, a few decades actually. Ticketmaster itself, back in 2010, merged with the largest concert promoter, Live Nation. But even before that merger, it had a so-called monopoly on the ticketing space, had about 80% of the market share. And Live Nation was, both a client that they worked with, but right before the merger itself, was going to be a direct competitor because Live Nation decided that they wanted to get into ticketing. So instead of this direct competition, which often results in a better outcome for fans and for artists, they merged. And therefore, it really consolidated not only on a ticketing layer, but also on this vertically integrated who's promoting concerts, who is the management for these largest artists, and then who owns even the venues. So ever since 2010, things have really, really gotten worse. But before that merger itself, both were a problem in terms of their dominance in the entertainment space.
Well, Krista, what do we do at this point to fix the industry? What's your opinion on this?
I think it gets at the larger question that is this merger should have never gone through. How did that happen? How did regulators approve it? So the number one step that's clearest in our opinion is unwinding that 2010 merger and making Live Nation separate from Ticketmaster. One of the best examples of what the market can end up looking like in terms of fairer or healthier competition is if you look to the British Premier League, where they actually don't ever interact with the Live Nation side of Ticketmaster because these stadiums don't host concerts. And within the British Premier League, Ticketmaster doesn't even hold 50% of the contracts with that space. So although it's not a perfect illustration, it gives an idea as to what a more competitive marketplace might look like and what we could hope for in the future if there is an unwinding.
Thanks for breaking that down for us. That was Krista Brown from the American Economic Liberties Project.